Okay, this is journal page 146, lesson 7-1. And we'll start off with, it says name two pair of adjacent angles, which I will do, although I changed the directions in class. You just have to name one pair of adjacent angles and vertical angles. So we'll start off with adjacent. And remember, adjacent means they're next to each other and they share a side. So I'll start with this angle right here, BCD. So adjacent angle BCD. Now it looks a little like the greater than symbol, but that's our angle symbol. Angle BCD is adjacent to DCE because they share this side right here. So angle DCE. Another pair of adjacent, you only have to do one, but I'll do two. You could have done ECA, this angle right here, angle ECA, with angle ACB. That angle right there, they're adjacent, they share that wall, angle ACB. And then two vertical angles here. BCD, and there's only one angle that's vertical to that, that's straight across from it. It's a congruent angle, meaning they have the same measure. They share that spot. When two intersecting lines, the angles opposite each other are called vertical angles, so ACE. Notice earlier I named that angle ECA, and this time I named it ACE. That's all right as long as that C is in the middle, either way. And then the other ones I can do is ACB right here, angle ACB, and angle ECD. So that's for number one. For number two, two adjacent angles, two pair of adjacent. So I'm going to go with JGI right there, angle JGI. And then right down here, right next to it, sharing that GJ ray right there would be KGJ. And let's do LGM. LGM and MGH. Those are adjacent. Down here for vertical. IGH. And there are many different answers you could have for the adjacent, many different answers you could have for the adjacent here. These verticals, you don't have many options here. You could have just flipped these around, but not options here. With these verticals, IGH, you could have a couple of different options, but the ones that will be vertical to this would be this one right down here, KGL. And then let's do these that are to the left and right. JGK. And right across from it, HGM. Excellent. Down here, tell whether the angles are adjacent or vertical, then find the value of x. So for number 3, these are adjacent. And that means that doesn't mean anything actually other than they're next to each other. The fact that they're next to each other and together they combine to make this 90-degree angle means that 90 degrees is what they'll equal when I add them up, 41 plus x. Subtract 41 from both sides and get x equals 49. Not 49 degrees because that degree symbol is already there. Number 4, these are also adjacent. They're next to each other there. This time, together they form this straight line, which means together they're 180 degrees. So x plus 109 will equal 180. Subtract 109 from each side. And x equals 71. Down here, number 5. I'll do 5, 6, and 7 on another piece of paper. Number 5. Now these are vertical across from each other. which means they're equal to each other. So now I can set these equal to each other. X plus 42 equals 2x plus 1. Well, I've got x on either side here, or each side, so I'm going to subtract x from both. That leaves me with just 42 over here. And on this side, it leaves me with 2x minus x leaves me with 1x plus 1. Now I can subtract 1 from each side, and I get x equals 41. Down here, number 6, these are adjacent. And since they together form this straight line, that means when I add them up, I get 180. So x plus 96 plus 5x equals 180. I'll combine like terms to get 6x plus 96 equals 180. Subtract 96 from both sides. 84 over here, 6x over there. Divide both sides by 6. And x equals, 6 goes in 8 one time, 24 4 times. X equals 14. Finally, number 7. A tree is leaning toward the ground. How many degrees does the tree have to fall before hitting the ground? I'm going to go with that means the tree trunk would be totally horizontal here, because really for this to hit the ground, you might say, well, it's only about that little bit right there that I have to go. So we're going to say this whole thing to fall. I think that's what it means. So we know that 14x and 22x, 14x plus 22x equals 180. Add these together and you get 36x equals 180. And divide by 36, divide by 36, x equals probably 5, 150, yep, 5. So now 5, if x equals 5, then 14x, going back to the problem, if x equals 5, 14x equals 70. So the tree would have to fall another 70 degrees. How many degrees does the tree have to fall before hitting the ground? 70 degrees before hitting the ground. Awesome. If you have any questions, ask in class. See ya.
Just ahead.
No!
All right, we got off to a bad start.
Ew, the body!
Wait, what am I looking at right now? Why are you hanging off the earth like a bat?